Imagine waking up one day and realizing that your memories don't match reality. Famous movie quotes, logos, historical events, all changed. Millions of people remember them the same way, yet the world insists they were always different. What's happening here? Is it possible that the world itself is shifting beneath our feet, leaving us stranded in a reality we no longer recognize? Welcome to the strange phenomenon known as the Mandela Effect. This is the name given to instances when large groups of people all share the same false memory of an event or fact. The term was coined by paranormal researcher Fiona Broom after she noticed that most people remembered Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, even though he actually lived until 2013. But that's only one of hundreds of similar examples. And as more and more people come forward with their stories, scientists are beginning to take notice. But what exactly is the Mandela Effect, and can it really show us the true nature of reality? Let's take a deeper look. The Mandela Effect has been variously defined as a mass misremembering or a false common memory. It's not just about a single person having a false memory, but rather thousands or even millions of people all sharing the same inaccurate recollection. One of the earliest documented cases dates back to the 1970s, when public perception of the Berenstain Bears shifted from Berenstain to Bear. But perhaps the most famous example involves the death of Nelson Mandela, the anti-apartheid revolutionary and South African president. Although Mandela spent 27 years imprisoned by the South African government for his activism, he was never thought to have died in prison as many people now claim to remember. Yet according to research, an estimated 3/4 of Americans and a third of Brits all believed he passed away in the 1980s. This has led some to conclude that we may be living in a parallel universe where Mandela did die in prison. However, as compelling as this theory may seem, it's far from the only explanation for the Mandela Effect. There are several other theories that could explain how so many people come to share the same false memories. One of the most popular is the idea of a false memory, which suggests that our memories are not reliable and can be altered or distorted over time. This could be due to a number of factors, including the influence of others, the media, or our own subconscious biases. For instance, if someone tells us something that we want to believe, we're more likely to remember it accurately. But if we're not sure whether or not it's true, our memory of the event may become clouded. Another popular theory is the multiverse hypothesis, which proposes that there are multiple universes and that the Mandela effect occurs when people accidentally travel between them. When two universes are very similar, it is possible that a small change in one could cause the other to collapse and be replaced by a new one. This is often referred to as a butterfly effect, as the flapping of a butterfly's wings in China could theoretically cause a tornado in Texas. While this may sound like science fiction, it's actually a well-established scientific theory that's been supported by many physicists, including Stephen Hawking and Mich. It's important to note that not all physicists agree with this interpretation of the Mandela effect. Some argue that it's simply a matter of faulty memory or imagination. However, others believe that it could be evidence of a multiverse existing alongside our own. This is too far-fetched when you consider the vastness of space and the sheer number of galaxies out there. According to NASA, there are an estimated 100 billion Earth-like planets in the Milky Way alone. It is, therefore, conceivable that some of these planets could support life and possibly even feature parallel universes with slightly different histories than ours. In addition to the multiverse hypothesis, there's also the theory that the Mandela effect is caused by a collective unconscious. This is based on the idea that there is a shared pool of memories and experiences that all humans have access to. This shared consciousness could explain why so many people around the world seem to remember the same things, even if those memories aren't technically their own. So how can we tell which theory is correct? Unfortunately, it's impossible to say for sure. The Mandela effect is a relatively new phenomenon, and there hasn't yet been enough research to draw any firm conclusions. However, there are some interesting studies that shed light on what might be happening here. One study published in the journal Frontiers of Psychology in 2013 found that the majority of participants could unrecall a childhood event that never happened. This suggests that our memories are fallible and can be influenced by outside factors. Other research has shown that memories can also be altered by stress, trauma, and other emotional factors. This could explain why some people remember traumatic events differently each time they recall them. While these studies don't specifically address the Mandela effect, they do provide insight into how our memories work and how they can be influenced by external factors. This means that it is possible that the memories we are relying on to define the Mandela effect are simply inaccurate or incomplete. So, is reality really shifting before our eyes? That depends on whether or not you believe in the multiverse hypothesis. If you accept that there are multiple universes, then it's conceivable that our memories could be bleeding together and creating a shared reality. However, if you reject the multiverse theory, then it's more likely that the Mandela effect is simply a matter of faulty memory. Despite this, the Mandela effect remains an intriguing phenomenon that challenges our understanding of how memory works. As more research is conducted, we may eventually be able to determine whether or not there's a more sinister force at play. But until then, the question remains. What do you think? Do you experience the Mandela Effect? If so, what do you think is causing it? Let me know in the comments below. And speaking of comments, let's move on to our next. In a previous video, we discussed the theory that black holes are portals to other dimensions or universes. This led to a lively debate among viewers, with many people expressing their thoughts on the matter. Some argued that black holes could indeed be gateways to other realms of reality, while others maintained that they were simply massive cosmic objects. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think? Can black holes be used as portals to other dimensions? Let the discussion continue in the comments. We appreciate your insights and look forward to reading your thoughts. And if you're enjoying this content, please don't forget to subscribe. Your support helps us continue exploring the mysteries of the cosmos. Now let's move on to our final comment. If you've been following our content for a while, you know that we love talking about time travel, whether it's the theories behind how it might be possible or the potential dangers of altering the timeline. We've covered a lot of ground on this topic. But what do you think? Have you ever traveled through time? If so, what was it like? Share your experiences below. We're eager to hear from anyone who has had a time travel adventure. Who knows? Maybe your story will provide valuable insights for those of us still trying to understand the mysteries of time. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of the Mandela Effect. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more updates on all things unexplained. And be sure to check out our other content for more mind-bending explorations of the unknown. Until next time, keep questioning reality and never stop exploring the mysteries of the universe.